The importance of Army-industry partnership is that the capabilities that the Army uses to gain advantage over our adversaries almost exclusively comes from the industry. And the Army has been trying very hard to improve the level of communications with industry so that they can help with the acceleration of their modernization efforts. You've heard the term arsenal of democracy before. Well, that arsenal of democracy is American industry, the defense industry, and so this is a very important relationship. They can't do what they need to do without us, and so we partner with them so that they're successful. The interaction between industry and the Army is a continuous and persistent one. It starts at the very early stages of the development of new technologies. It's important for the Army to let us know what capabilities they'd like to see so that we can look at technologies that might help to solve that problem. It's also important for industry to let the Army know how emerging technologies are developing so that they might better understand the art of the possible. Together, working with the Army, we're able to help to frame what future requirements might be so that the warfighter can plan on new capabilities. Ultimately, budgets can be established and new programs can move forward that end up delivering that capability to our forces. One of the critical things for the Army now is understanding how it can modernize and modernize quickly. In order to be able to do that and properly manage risk, they need to have the inputs of industry to understand what the real maturity of technologies are, what the real art of the possible is, and what the risks are. In some cases, our customer will make decisions to take risk, and we'll be there partnering with them to try to mitigate the potential impacts. In other cases, with our inputs, they may decide to not take risks and prevent having programs that don't deliver capability. There's been a lot of money wasted on programs in the past that just didn't deliver capability. And I think that the verdict is that in many cases, those programs or projects started before the technologies were really ready, were really ripe enough. One of the things the Army's tried to do by establishing the Army Futures Command and these cross-functional teams is they've established a layer which is tasked with determining the maturity of technologies and the readiness to proceed to programs that would actually start spending lots of money. This is a safeguard that is the embodiment of lessons learned from some of the programs in the past that didn't return results. So the AUSA show is one of the most important events of the year for both industry and the Army. Not only is it an opportunity for industry to show its latest capabilities, but it's also a great forum for the exchange of ideas. In addition to the trade show floor, which many of us spend our time on, there's a number of presentations and speaker boards that are going on where information is being shared between industry and the Army. So there's real learning going on here. They're moving the ball down the field, and particularly in the case of the modernization efforts that the Army has, we can see real impact from some of the meetings and discussions we're having at an event like this to the Army policy and decision making that happens down the road. I think industry is getting the feedback that what we say and do at these events actually matters to the Army. And I think the Army is increasingly viewing this as a real opportunity to get smarter about what the art of the possible is and to advance their modernization agenda.